It's late. It's been a long day. And I'm just going to. I feel like I may offend some Steelers fans, possibly some Browns fans too. So I'm just going to get the ask out of the way early on. Please consider subscribing to the channel and maybe hitting the thumbs up on this video before you hear me say anything. Just to be a good guy. I feel I'm a good guy. Just trying to, talk about football to the internet. That's all. So consider subscribing. It would help me out. Browns, Steelers, the final wild card game of the weekend. Browns win 48-37. This is why Steelers fans are going to be mad at me, because I'm not going to be nice to Big Ben, and I'm going to say that a guy who just threw for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns probably should call it a career, probably should not come back. So Big Ben was 47 of 68. Dude threw 68 passes for 501 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 picks. This game could not have started off any worse for the Steelers, because the first play from scrimmage, the snap goes over Big Ben's head into the end zone. Browns recover a touchdown. You couldn't start any worse. Big Ben then proceeds to throw an interception. It was not a good interception. Browns score. Browns, that running game. Nick Chubb, I honestly can't determine which one of their running backs is better. Nick Chubb is very, very good. Nick Chubb was very, very good in college at Georgia. His vision is fantastic. The offensive line does a very good job of blocking for him and Kareem Hunt. So Chubb had 76 rushing yards. He had 69 receiving yards. Hunt had 48 rushing yards, had 2 touchdowns. Both of them are very good. Baker Mayfield, I've said it before. I made a video about it. I don't think Baker Mayfield is a guy by himself that can win Super Bowls, but Baker Mayfield, man, when he's comfortable and he's in rhythm and they can establish the run game, he's great, man. He's super accurate, threw for 260 yards, 3 touchdowns, didn't throw a pick. He was great. Their running game was great. Their offensive line was great. The Browns were great. Like I said, Steelers, a couple interceptions. So just talking about, I'll go back to Big Ben. First interception, not good. Second interception, I think he threw it to Deontay Johnson a little high, hit off his hands. Was a fastball, probably could have been caught. I won't put it all on Big Ben. His third interception was tipped at the line. His fourth one was awful. Threw it right at the Browns linebacker, almost as if he was throwing it to the Browns linebacker. Like he didn't realize that he was on the other team. It's just tough. So when you see guys like Big Ben who have been so great for so long and have been able to do things, Big Ben's one of those guys who was just different, right? Big guy, didn't go down easily, sneaky athletic for how big he was, and had an above average arm. But now you see him at this advanced age where he still thinks that he is athletic and is as physically gifted as he was at 38 or 37 or whatever he is now as he was at 28, and he's just not. So there are a couple times where you see him like throwing on the run, moving to his left, throwing on the run, and the ball just comes out terribly. It just doesn't get there. And that's the problem. That's why I think he's probably done. I know he said he was probably going to come back, but I honestly, if you're looking at it purely from the Steelers' perspective, do they have a chance to win a Super Bowl with Big Ben? And if you're asking me, I just don't think that that's a thing. I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl with Big Ben as their quarterback. So if that's the goal, which every NFL team's goal, I imagine, is to win the Super Bowl, I would say that maybe it's time to move on, especially because you're kind of in limbo. You don't know if Juju's going to be back. Are you going to re-sign him? Deontay Johnson's good. Chase Claypool is really good. running back situation. I don't know if Connor is contract up or what, but the defense was opportunistic, but wasn't like a lockdown, wasn't like a New Orleans defense this year, but opportunistic. They made plays. Minkah Fitzpatrick made a lot of plays this year. It's just one of those things. And I put it in my description actually about Seattle that they might have been the worst 12-4 team. The Steelers really might be the worst 12-4 team ever. They were 11-0, and there was a reason. They were just getting by early on, even when they were undefeated 11-0. They were getting by a lot of those games by the skin of their teeth. I said it when they were 9-0, 10-0, and 11-0, and I did not think that they were the best team, even though they had the best record. I always thought the Chiefs were the best team. And then by the end of the season, I didn't even think the Steelers were, one of the 3 best teams in the AFC. So, tough for them. Who knows? Will Big Ben be back? I assume he probably will be. If I was the Steelers, I don't know if I'd want him back. I'm sure Steelers fans are going to give me a bunch of hate because I get it. When Aaron Rodgers gets to that point and people start telling me Aaron Rodgers stinks, I'm going to be in denial too. It's the facts. And the Browns, man, now they go on. They will go on to play the Chiefs. So that's going to be interesting for them. Honestly, the Chiefs down the stretch weren't playing well. If the Browns can run the ball on them, the game could be interesting. Now, am I going to say that I'm going to pick the Browns in the upset? No, I'm not, but could be interesting. That being said, Browns fans, celebrate, man. Celebrate. You made the playoffs. Now you win a playoff game. First time since Bill Belichick was your coach. Congrats. Steelers, sorry. It was a good run for 11 weeks. The last 6, not so much. Better luck next year. Again, I'm going to say it again. Maybe you subscribe to the channel. Unless you didn't like anything I just had to say about Big Ben. I didn't really bash the Browns very much. So, Browns fans, definitely subscribe to this channel. Steelers fans, I get it. I'll see you next week. Divisional round. Down to 8 teams. Who's going to emerge? Who's going to make it to the championship games? Who's going to get to the Super Bowl? I don't know. But I will be back to wrap up the games next week, too. See you in the next one. I'm going to go to bed now. Peace.